Hey you guys, welcome back to Journeys with Jay. In today's video, I will be showing you guys how I achieved this here nail set that lasts me 3 to 4 weeks, step by step. I really miss you guys, and let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Another tip I will be showing is how I get a very clean professional paint job on all of my nails. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the tutorial. The nails I'll be using today are my sculpted stiletto long from Press X by Not Polish. I absolutely love these nails. They're not too sculpted, which is super nice if your nail beds are somewhere between more of that natural / sculpted kind of nail bed. Here I'm just showing you guys what the nails look like. And I will be using this 100/180 grit file to just really clean up that cuticle area and customize it to the shape of mine. As you see, I'm kind of bringing the sides in to make it a bit more rounded to match the way that my nail bed naturally looks. This is what's going to help you with the longevity of your nail set. If you just go directly in with the nail tip and not customize it to your nail beds as well as your cuticle area, that is one of the main reasons that you could be experiencing some lifting. So just making sure that you really customize the nails. Take your time with your sets. There's no rush. Just make sure you set out time aside. And then once I have it customized to my liking, I'll go in with that same file and just buff at the very cuticle area. And this will help to slightly thin it out so it just really melts seamlessly into your natural nail. And I always go back and see what the nail looks like on my natural nail just to make sure that the extension is exactly how I want it to be. And then I'm going to go in with my Model 1's nail dehydrator and use this to chemically etch the inside of the extension. What I like to do is just roughly rub it inside of the extension. You guys see how it's like kind of melting the extension in, and you just really want to scrub it in there so that it gives you some texture, and this helps the extension to adhere to the natural nail even better. And I like to make sure that it covers the full surface of my natural nail. Here I'm going to be using the Creation Extend Gel for soft tips. This is my favorite extension gel. I've tried a lot and I have some good ones, but this one by far is the best, and it's back on Amazon, so I'm really happy about that. I'll have it linked below for you guys. And then here I'm just going to apply the Extend Gel everywhere that I etch the extension on the inside. And I like to do a thinner layer, not too thick, but you don't want it to be so thin to where it's just like you barely put any product there. And then you'll just scrape a bit of the Extend Gel at the base of the extension, spreading it across from side to side, because this is what's going to flow down your natural nail bed and helping your extension to not have like any bubbles in it. I will scrape the nail halfway up my nail just to ensure that I already have like a little bit of glue on the natural nail. And then I go back towards the cuticle, applying it at a 45-degree angle and allowing the Extend Gel to flow forward. And then I cure it for 30 seconds using my Flash Pro lamp from Not Polish. Here you guys will see me just repeating those same steps. And this is the way I've been doing it for a long time, and I absolutely love this method. Again, please take your time with this. It's not a very quick process, but once you get it down, it will not take you long at all to do your nails. I feel like the longest part of the process is if you're applying a design to your nails or if you're removing them. And then if you're removing them and applying the nails in the same day. I try to take care of the removal like at least a day prior if I can. But yeah, please take your time with these steps, and I promise you, you guys will be applying your nails at home like a pro. Once all of the extensions are applied, I'm going to go in with my nail lamp here, and I will just be curing all of the nails for 60 seconds. Next, I'm going to go in with my Melody Susie e-file. I absolutely love this one here. And I just like to keep mine on like a 1 speed. And I will be using my mini sanding bit from Melody Susie as well. Literally, a 1 is all you need, and you're just gently going around that cuticle area to ensure you don't have any spillage from any extend gel, or just making sure that the cuticle is nice and seamless. And then after that, I'm going to go in with a little bit of my acetone and a dipping dish. I typically will just use a glass dipping dish. I don't really know of any others, but for acetone, you may just want to use glass or steel. And then this brush is super beat up. It's so old, but it still gets the job done. And I'm just going to dip that into the acetone, making sure I don't pick up too much. And then we're just going to lightly kind of scrub that around the cuticle area, ensuring that the extension melts down into the natural nail. And this again is an additional step I personally love to do, because when the nails grow out, they grow out so seamlessly and so flat. Like, you can give yourself a fill in after this, but it's up to you. However, this will definitely help for your nails to not lift. You just want to ensure you don't go in with too much acetone that can cause lifting on the extensions, which you'll be able to see before you even start actually going in to apply your other gel products, like your gel polishes and stuff. But yeah, just take your time, do a little bit by little, and then you'll see like, oh, okay, do I need to do a little bit more or not? But yeah. Please forgive me, I completely lost the clip of where I buffed my nails, but I did just go in and buff the nails and wash my hands. Then I'm going to go in with my Model 1's HEMA-free base coat. I like to apply a very thin layer of this to all of the nails and then cure it for 60 seconds. Now that the base coat is applied, before I cure it, I'm going to go in with a very flat brush and some acetone. And I'm just cleaning up around that cuticle area just to make sure that I don't have any gel product on my skin from the base coat. And then we'll go in and cure it in our lamp for 60 seconds. One of the polishes I'm using today is from Nail Reserve, and this is in Goddess. This is such a pretty red polish. I could have just done this color by itself, but I prefer to kind of mix my colors, especially when it comes to reds in some cases. And what I like to do when it comes to applying my gel polish is I'll apply the gel polish and leave a little gap at the cuticle area. And you'll see me do that pretty much at the rest of the nails, just painting them down the center. Not really going too close to the side walls just yet, but pretty much just applying it all over the nail, avoiding really the outer walls and the cuticle area. And then what I like to do, this is how I get my gel polish to apply the way that I wanted to the first time, so I'm not having to deal with a lot of cleanup, especially with colors like red and black and all of that. Once I apply it all over the nails, I'll then go back with my brush, and you guys will see that I'm going to slowly push some of the gel polish that's already sitting on the nail back towards the cuticle. You'll see it a lot better right here. I'm going in with that brush and whatever gel polish I have on the brush, and I'm just slowly pressing it back towards that cuticle. When the brushes, like the actual brush for the gel polish, is more rounded, I love that so much. Like, those are some of my favorite brushes to work with. But in this case, this brush isn't rounded, which is totally fine. So I'm just like pushing the product back towards the cuticle, and then what I'll do is press my brush down to have the bristles spread apart, and then I'll do that for like the side walls to ensure that I'm able to really cleanly get those. And again, if you mess up, it's totally fine. That's what brushes and acetone are for. You can easily clean up the gel polish with no problem. We're going to do that anyway, regardless of how clean the polish is, because again, there can be things that you don't see, and we want to ensure that we're being as safe as possible when doing our nails at home, and also when you're getting your nails done at the shop, you know, being mindful and watching, because there's nothing worse than trying to peel gel polish off of your skin or accidentally having gel product on your skin and developing an allergy or anything like that. It's just not safe. So rather be safe than sorry, just taking our time and just slowly painting this on here. Now that all of the nails are painted, I'm going in with that flat brush again and some acetone and really cleaning up around that cuticle area, making sure I don't have any polish on my skin, around my fingers, or anything like that. Once the nails are cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and cure them in my lamp for 60 seconds. And then I will be going in with my second gel polish, which is Striking Red by D&D. And this is number 474. I love this because it's more of like a fire engine red. And I feel like the two colors together kind of bring it down a little bit, but still keeps it extremely vibrant. And then I'm just going to then, since I already have my outline of the gel polish, I don't have to be as nervous going in with this color, since our first color already gave us like the outline of where I need to paint. I'm just going to get as close to that as possible, and we're still just going to take our time, paint the nails, and still clean up after this layer as well. We're only doing one layer of each polish. This is what the nails are looking like with the striking red on all of them. It's so pretty. I love this. And we're going to go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. And then I'm going in with my Model 1's Hema-Free top coat. I just love the Hema-Free products from Model 1's, especially the base coat and top coat. They're so good. For my people who find themselves looking for Hema-Free products, I highly recommend theirs. They're really good. I need more of the Hema-Free polishes, honestly. But yeah, I'm just going to paint that top coat on. I like to do a generous top coat, but not too much to where it's like sliding and moving over the nails before I can cure it. Make sure to cap the edges and sides of your nails as well when you go in with your top coat. And I'm just applying this to all of the nails right now. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with our acetone and flat brush, cleaning up all around the nails, ensuring that we don't have any gel polish or product sitting on the skin. And then we're going to go ahead and cure the nails. And our last step would be our Beetles cuticle oil this time around. I did cure the nails for 60 seconds twice. I don't know why. I just like to do at least 2 full cures when I'm doing my top coat, just to ensure that it's like fully cured. And then here, as you can see, applying that cuticle oil all around my cuticles and rubbing it in. Okay, you guys, this is going to be the finished product. I absolutely love how this color turned out. Let me know if you guys found the application for the extensions as well as the gel polish tips helpful. And also let me know what you guys want to see in the next video down below in the comment section. I know I've been a bit MIA, just kind of getting my space together and refinding my passion and love for this, because it's something that I truly love doing. You know, and I feel like last year was a lot for a lot of people, so I'm just like getting myself back in order, and I really want to be able to be posting my regular videos like how I was previously. I've missed you guys so much. Trust me, I've really missed being over here. But let me know down in the comment section what you want to see next time. Don't forget to thumbs this video up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I miss you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.